Hello. Today we're going to look at some stretches and strengthening exercises for your hips that you can add into your day to help improve your balance. So let's get started. First, sit up nice and tall in your chair, paying some attention to strengthening your core as you sit up nice and tall, relaxing your shoulders, sliding your shoulder blades down your back, and taking some nice full breaths. Start by taking a marching motion with your legs and think of initiating it right from your core as if you were pulling up that leg, as if it were connected right to your core, pulling up and lowering down, thinking of the whole body being connected rather than the leg just moving in isolation. Start to feel how all the muscles are connected together in unison. Feeling the core muscles active and the legs active. Feeling that gentle marching movement, drawing up and lowering down. Once more on each side, and then reaching to scoop up that leg and take a little stretch. Drawing that leg up as close as you can while keeping the shoulders relaxed and the shoulder blades down. Continuing to breathe fully and looking for a deep stretch into your low back, your hip socket, your hip flexors. Being generous with that stretch. Releasing into it. You may feel a release in the front of your hip or in your low back. Stay here for just a few more breaths. And gently lower down. And then draw the other leg up. Same thing, nice and snug toward your body. Move it around a little until you find the right spot for a good stretch and release into your low back and the front of the hip. And breathe fully into that stretch. Relaxing the shoulders, the neck, and the head. A few more nice full breaths. And then release that leg down, guiding it to the floor. Then gather that leg up once again. Place it over the other leg. Stay nice and tall through your core here. And lean gently forward until you feel a stretch in the back of your hip. Be sure you're not twisting side to side at your hips or in your back, but going directly forward. Find a comfortable place to stretch. I like to add a kind of 2-for-1 stretch here by drawing my foot into a gentle flex and drawing gently back on my toes to stretch the plantar arch of my foot. If you have any plantar fasciitis, this can be a nice stretch, or any tension in the tendons of your foot. You don't have to add this 2-for-1 stretch, but if it's one that you like, you certainly can. That's a choice. So just indulge in that nice stretch, that figure 4 stretch for your hips, and breathe into it for a moment. Again, shoulders relaxed. Neck relaxed, no extra tension anywhere. Just breathing fully. And then release it. Again, guiding that leg down, draw it in first. Core strong to lower down. Then gather the other leg up. Place it gently over. Strong in the core, leaning forward until you find the right place for your stretch. Shoulders relaxed, head and neck relaxed. Breathing into that stretch. If you like, add the second part of that stretch. And breathe into it there. Few more breaths. And then gently release. Guide the leg up. And then slowly down. And we'll turn to the side for a nice psoas stretch. Shift around here, holding on to the back of your chair. Come gently toward the front of your chair so you can release that front leg off the side of the chair and drop that front knee straight down. Notice my knee is going toward the ground, not winging out to the side, but straight down. And I'm going to sit up as tall as I can, not arching my back forward, but straight up and down. Shoulders relax down, shoulder blades integrated down into my back, and find a stretch that can go down into my quadricep perhaps, or right into my psoas here. It'll be a little different for each person. You may feel it up even higher into your core. And hold on comfortably to the chair. Make sure you're not leaning so far forward that you feel like the chair is going to tip over. Really monitor where the best balance is for you. And try to keep this other foot anchored so the knee isn't falling forward. Your toes are forward, your knee is at 90. You're right in the center. And just breathe into that stretch. A few more breaths there. And then we'll switch over to the same thing on the other side. Find your balance on the other side. Knee going right down toward the ground. Nice and even. Foot is even in the front. Leg at 90. Sitting up nice and tall. Core active. Finding that stretch for yourself. Wherever it is. Breathing fully. Sighing into that stretch. Really using this stretching time to practice your breathing. When you're using these little stretching moments, you don't need to do all of the stretches or exercises I'm going to show you on this video. You can just choose one or two favorites and slide them in throughout your day. One or two more breaths, just finding and enjoying that stretch. And then we'll come back to center. Shift slightly to the front of your chair. And we're going to take what's like a straddle stretch or a goddess pose. Turn the legs out. Hands a little bit above the knees. You never want to press on the knees elbows a little bit bent. You never want to straighten the elbows so they feel locked or painful. We're going to give a little bit of pressure here. Good thing about an isometric press is that you get to choose how much pressure there is. Again, shoulders and shoulder blades down. Find what feels like that straddle stretch. If you are sitting on the floor doing a straddle stretch, again, core is nice and strong, back is comfortably tall. Neck is relaxed. Can take a couple gentle neck movements to just remind yourself that your neck is released and relaxed. As you take this stretch. And then walk the legs back in, toes, heels, and shift back just a little. We're going to do a couple more isometric presses. Again, elbows gently bent as we do this, never pressing onto your knees. Hands just a little bit above the knee, and we're going to press so we activate the inner legs. As you do this, take a breath in, and with a nice, powerful exhale, take a gentle press. Breathing in, exhale. Again, as much pressure as you feel comfortable doing to activate your inner legs. Try that press a little stronger this time, finding out how much pressure feels right for you to get a good stretch and exercise with your inner legs. Inhale, exhale. Let's take that 2 more times. Maybe a little stronger this time. Inhale. Last one, the strongest yet. Inhale. Shake it out. Move the legs a little bit. Roll the shoulders. We're going to take the same thing on the outer legs. Inhale. Exhale. Starting gentle, make sure your hands are a little bit above your knees, never on your knees. And then a little firmer this time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, a little stronger this time. And the last time, the strongest yet. Good. And we're going to come up and do just a couple standing ones. Rocking gently forward, feeling your feet firm on the floor, core strong, legs lining up, knees right over your toes, pressed into the ground, coming up nice and tall. We're going to use the chair here. I'm going to turn my chair to the side. I want to turn your chair to the side as well. We're going to do a little brush with the leg, just crossing gently front and side. My core is strong. I'm standing up tall, brushing across, brushing across. My hips are nice and even and down. This can be very small. Breathing. Moving through one side of the hips to the other. Exercising, moving through that. You can take it larger if it feels comfortable. What you don't want to do is swing And swing and move the hips so they're getting out of place. You want to keep that nice and steady and stable. Keep that even. Once more each direction. Then turn to the other side. And take some little brushes either side. Then the other. Start small, find that stability, core strong, standing tall. Little brush across and the other way. Make sure you're strong on the other leg so you can be free with the one you're moving. Steady and strong through the core. Little swing one direction and the other. If you want to take it larger, you can. Just keeping it nice and stable. Breathing fully as you move. Couple more on that side. And then bring it to a close. And then our last motion, we're going to do squats here. Reaching over the chair with your hands so you know it's there. These can start definitely small to test your range of motion. Feet about hip width apart or a little bit wider. Gonna sit back as if you're sitting in a chair, core nice and strong as you move. And then you're gonna press all the way from the feet, using the thighs to come back up. As you sit back, you should feel the thighs get active. Pressing up strong. Reaching back to sit. Pressing up strong. Be sure you don't look down at the ground. Pressing up strong. Keep your vision right in front of you. Reaching back to sit. Pressing up strong. And that is it. And let's just end with a little breath. Take your feet to a little wider than hip width apart. Breathing all the way in and out. Breathing in and out. Again in and out. Thank you so much.